I'm Steve Mignonti here for Power Automedia at SEMA 2015 with Jeff Hartle from Martin Senour Paints and Chris Carlson, the builder of a very, very cool car. Before we get to that car, let's talk about the paints on it.
Sure, thanks, Stephen. Yeah, the vehicle's painted with Martin Senour Automotive finishes. It's actually our tech-based solvent-pouring system, and I'm going to let Chris give a little more details about the car specifically.
It started out as a '49 Buick sedanette, but what do we got now?
We chopped the top 3.5 inches in the windshield, 8 in the trunk. We custom English wheeled the trunk and part of the top in the back. We welded the quarters together, extended them, put 54 Merc tail lights in the front. We did 56 Olds headlight rings, raised them 2 inches, added a peak coming down the fender, pancaked and wedged the hood just to give it a nice finishing touch.
Now these cars of the 40s and 50s, these have a lot of compound curves. Tell me about, well, an English wheel. For the guys who don't know, what is an English wheel?
English wheel, it has a small wheel on the bottom, a big flat wheel on the top. They have different compounds, and as you run that through, you manipulate that metal in either a radius one direction or another, or you can create a compound the other direction. So we English wheel that to get that exact shape that we want. If you look at the trunk, there's a lot of shapes to that, and to be able to get that metal to move around, you got to use an English wheel.
I got to ask, how much plastic filler in this car? I'm going to guess.
There's not very much, really. It's just skim coated, and then we use the primer on it. So their primer feels amazing. It's got a self-guide coating. It's shiny when you put it on, so it's great to use.
Hey, I'm Steve Mignonti here at the SEMA 2015 show at the Martin Senour booth with Jeff Hartle and Caleb Luce with a very, very cool Ford Thunderbird. Now, Jeff, tell me about the paint on this car.
Sure. What makes this car unique is it's painted with our Vortex waterborne system. I'm going to let Caleb give a little more information about specifically what went into his car.
Well, like he said, the system's the waterborne system, which is actually something most people don't like to use on custom cars. But for this car, I really liked it. We used the custom tri-coat actually, so it's the 3-stage waterborne paint. I actually mixed up the mid-coat myself, so it's a custom color, but the coverage on this stuff is just immaculate and is very, very user-friendly. So basically, anybody who has any painting skills can really lay it down nice. So.
Now, Caleb, I've got to say, I've seen a lot of Thunderbird Sports Roadsters, and this is sort of a takeoff on that. Tell me about your inspiration for this car.
Well, you know, this car was actually, it was just a dream of mine. You know, we got the car for free. It was going to be a scrapped car, and the day I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I knew what mods I wanted to do, and it's just something that I had a vision for. And not to toot my own horn, I really think I nailed it just from ideas. You know, and just going off of what I know works and what I thought would be cool and off the wall.
Now Caleb here is 21 years old, and you grew up in a body shop that used Martin Senour paints exclusively. What have you learned in 21 years of working on cars and knowing cars?
Honestly, I'd like to think I've learned a lot. You know, it's definitely an art form. A lot of people don't see it that way, but it takes skill and I mean finding good guys to help you along the way. I mean, I've learned that friends are the best thing you can have in the industry, and I don't know, it's just something I really enjoy.
And Jeff Hartle, how can our viewers learn more about Martin Senour Paints?
Sure, Steve. To learn more about Martin Senour Paints, visit martinsenour-autopaint.com or visit your local NAPA store.